Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to St. Emily. Once again, we're looking at the problem of the week for grade 5-6 from the Center of Education in Mathematics Computing. The problem this week is actually a little unusual because it's playing the game of Battleship. And instead of using your regular ships, or in this case quadrilaterals, they're actually encouraging you to use triangles for your ships in this case. And so the four triangles that they look at are the acute angles isosceles, the right angle scalene, the obtuse angle scalene, and the right angle isosceles. For me, triangles are absolutely fascinating though, because when you think about our polygons, triangles are really the foundational polygon that you see, and the qualities that go with them are unique unto themselves. First of all, when we think about triangles, there's very few polygons where you have names for both the lengths of the sides as well as the angles. So in this case, when it calls it an acute angle or acute triangle, we're simply saying that all three angles are going to be less than 90 degrees in this case. A right triangle is going to have the one angle that's at 90 degrees. An obtuse triangle is going to have an angle which is more than 90 degrees. At the same time though, we're also talking about the sides. And so in this case, they talk about the isosceles, where two of our sides are going to be the same. Scalene, where all three side lengths are going to be different. And then finally your equilateral, where all three sides are the same. When you think about our other polygons, for example, quadrilaterals, pentagons, hexagons, we don't go to that level of description. In fact, for a pentagon and a hexagon, we only talk about regular and irregular, because that's all that really pertains from the length of the sides. The other one that we sometimes forget about is a triangle is really the base of almost all the other polygons. So again, when we think about, for example, a hexagon in this case is going to consist of four triangles. When we think about a rectangle, we're talking about two triangles. When we talk about a pentagon, again, we're now talking about three triangles. And so it's because of that that's actually how we can determine the amount of degrees in every one of these shapes. So a triangle, we know, is always going to have 180 degrees. And it's because of that fact that we now know the quadrilateral is always going to have the 360. Your pentagon is going to have your 540. And finally, your hexagon is going to have your 720. And the other thing that we know from our triangles as well is when you talk about from an engineering standpoint, we always want to construct our things with triangles because we know that they are the most stable, the strongest, and really the basis that we want to form any structure off of. And that's why we love our triangles. Thank you very much, folks, for joining us. We'll see you next week.